Hey there, folks. Today I'm going to confess to you that I have a secret power, a kind of evil secret power that I haven't used, for the most part, for like 20 years. But lately I've been thinking, now, what is this superpower that I've been hiding for a couple of decades now? It's that I can be really irritating. I know, like, I'm generally a kind of a nice guy, soft edges. Occasionally maybe I'm a little too blunt, but other than that, I don't seem like the kind of guy who have this ability. But I remember my late teens and early 20s, and I remember the reactions I could get out of people. And I remember all these times when I found myself arguing against an entire room full of people, or like 30 different people on a Usenet group, later on, obviously. And I never understood at that point why. What's so different about me? But the difference was, the way I expressed myself was very smug, self-satisfied, very, very assured of itself. And, I have this cutting wit kind of thing going in my head. Or not even wit sometimes, just plain cutting. And all those together made me just a phenomenally annoying person. And part of what made me so annoying was that all that was backed up by a fair bit of intelligence. So when you're giving people the impression that you think you're smarter than them, you may actually be smarter than them, you're like ridiculously confident in your opinions, you express them in an incredibly, smugly self-assured way, you can drive people just up the fucking bend. I mean, seriously. People will want to murder you. Luckily for me and my not being murdered status, I had some people point some things out to me. Like my professors taking me aside. Actually, 2 different professors on the same day. I don't know if they coordinated this or not, but it really got the point through to me. Both philosophy profs pointed to me that I tended to kind of dominate conversation in class. And, there was a part of me that wanted to say, well, fuck them. If they can't handle their own in an argument, then screw them. That just shows I'm smarter than them. But I'm not really that kind of person. And I thought, what got through to me was the concept that I'm actually kind of bullying people. And obviously bullying is the worst evil in the world to me, especially at that age. So, yeah, and I've never wanted to be a bully, and I don't like the idea that I'm pushing people around. And so that was part of the solution. And then there was when I was living with Brian and Brian in Portland, and they very kindly spent like 2 hours arguing me to a standstill to the point where I could grasp that essentially that with this power comes responsibility, that the way you say things is really important. And it doesn't matter whether you're right or not, because you're being obnoxious. And so you have to learn, even though I was quite reluctant to learn this lesson at first, to not express yourself in such a rock solid certain way. To leave room when you speak for other people's opinions. Again, there was a part of me that wanted to be like, well, fuck them. But no, I'm not that kind of person. That's not the kind of person I choose to be. But you can see how someone like that, I could have taken a much darker path. I'm glad I didn't. I could have gone on this whole, well, then they are weak, and I shall crush them. The world better watch out for me, because I'm not going to watch out for it. Kind of bullshit. But, that's been kind of a choice I've made my entire life. To not be that kind of person. To not be an asshole, basically. So that brings us to, today. And, it's occurred to me, just recently, that, while my decision for a long time has been just don't do that. Do not behave in that way that is bad and bullying and irritating. It's occurred to me recently, maybe I could find some way to use that power for good, Maybe I could find people who really deserve to be irritated in the way I can irritate people. Maybe I could find, evil, moral infants of conservatism, who, quite frankly, could use having someone just utterly destroy them while smiling mockingly, in a rhetorical sense. I don't know. Maybe some people have it coming. It's not an idea that I'm entirely happy with. In fact, I feel sort of queasy even really thinking about it. But on the other hand, what if I could be doing good with this superpower of mine? What if I could just utterly drive people who deserve it insane, like my hero Spider-Man, so that they are blinded with rage and ergo make a lot of mistakes and are easier to destroy? It could happen. So, I'm thinking about it. I have to pick my targets very carefully, because I know you're only taking my word for it now, but take my word for it now, I seriously can piss people off. Not just I'm being somewhat rude to them. No. I'm hitting them where it hurts. And I'm laughing at them. So yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll find some way, make myself a public satirist of some sort, and just utterly fucking take these assholes to town. It's food for thought. I guess that's all from me for tonight, folks. I will talk to you nice people again tomorrow. Frubus out.